This storm will kill you.
Look! I'm telling you! You know what I mean,
But if
folks?
rich people aren't looking out for us, who is?
It makes no difference which one of us you vote for. Either way, your planet is doomed.
You're listening to the Our Take Podcast with Brian Sherman.
He had a full head, all the way till the end. It was white, and I was hoping to get that. I was hoping to get, like, the full head, and it was really hard to cut it off.
And Spencer Rogers.
To be a good pilot, you have to be able to make good decisions. And I know what my credit score is, so I know I don't make good decisions.
This is the Our Take Podcast.
From Scary Parrot Media Studios in Ogden, Utah, it's the Our Take Podcast, episode 155. I'm Brian.
I'm Spencer.
I'm Danny.
It's July 4th, everybody. Happy Independence Day to the Philippines because they got their independence in 1946 on this day from the United States.
Oh.
The 36th President of the United States, Lyndon B. Johnson, signed the law which allows for the disclosure of... I'm reading the wrong fucking thing. Sorry. In 1946... the Southeast Asian country had been ruled for almost 381 years by various colonial powers, starting with the Spanish in the early 16th century. I wonder when we took over the Philippines.
Before that.
I think it was before that. What, didn't we... Was it like a World War II thing? Like we took them over and then gave them their freedom in 1946?
No, I don't know.
Let's look. When did the U.S. take Philippines? No, it was 1898, part of the Treaty of
Homestead
Paris.
Act.
Someone homesteaded the Philippines.
That's still going,
Stick your
right?
flag in it, dude. I got 50 acres. The Spanish-American War, the Treaty of Paris. The other thing I was reading was the Freedom of Information Act was signed into law by Lyndon Baines Johnson in 1966.
That dirty.
On the 4th of July.
Don't we like LBJ?
No, dude, he killed Kennedy, man.
No.
He did, but then he signed the Civil Rights Act, so it kind of,
Yeah.
trade-off.
Wasn't he
One-
loved by both Democrats and Republicans?
Played to both sides.
Because he
man.
was Democrat, right?
Yes.
But Texans hold him in high regard. Because he was from Texas.
Was he from Texas?
Yeah. I've been on Air Force One that had his hat on it.
Oh, because there's libraries there.
Yeah, when I went to...
And Johnson Space Center is named after him.
When I went to Seattle, it's at Boeing's big museum there.
Oh, in Seattle?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant in Texas.
Oh, no. Well, there's other stuff for... There's a whole freeway named after him in Texas, LBJ
Where
Freeway.
was LBJ from? Stonewall, Texas.
Yeah.
Why was it in Seattle?
I don't know, because it was of Air Force One.
Usually their planes are in, like, Kennedy, or not Kennedy, Reagan's
Well, it
Air
was
Force
because it's a
One.
Boeing
Air
plane?
Force One. It was...
Boeing?
I think it was the first 707 Air Force One, so probably that's why it's there.
I wonder if the pilot's seat was attached.
Does that bolted down?
We don't even know if that...
I mean, that happens to me when I'm driving.
I haven't...
Did you throttle way down?
I haven't looked into that to see if that was
It's
actually
Yeah.
confirmed.
And if you didn't know, on this day in history, the United States signs the Declaration of Independence and it's adopted. In what state?
That's what I was trying to remember.
What state? The first
Philly, PA.
Philadelphia.
PA. Yeah.
Gotta be quick with me.
It's lasted 249 years. We'll see. We'll
Has
see
it,
if we got
though?
another year in us.
I mean,
Another
maybe,
year.
maybe just in name only.
Wait, so next
This-
year is the 250th?
250. The what is that, Danny? The
Sesquicentennial.
Bisesquicentennial?
Yeah.
Are we doing anything fun?
Dodeca.
We,
I'm sure.
Dodecahedron
Centennial.
Were you going to have another Trump parade?
Oh, I'm sure. What is it called? Semi-quincentennial.
Semi-quin?
I mean, I don't know how to
because halfway to 5.
semi-quin. I don't know how you'd say it though. Would you just say like semi-quint?
Semi-quintennial.
Semi-quincentennial? Semi-quincentennial. I like sesqua better. Is that 2?
I think that's halfway, isn't it?
Halfway to what?
Halfway to whatever. Halfway to whatever you're counting.
What?
I think it's 100. No, that's
Sesqua.
what is sesqua?
Isn't that?
Is that 200 years?
Isn't that 50 years?
150.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
knew it was something to do with 50, bro.
250 years.
I understand
That's
the
not
naming
even
convention.
that
Yeah, I
long
get it.
compared to other countries.
It's about as long as the average
A semi-
democracy.
Democracy lasts. What are you guys doing on the 4th? Because for me, it's kind of become a letdown holiday. Like it's like built up and then nothing really happens.
I used to. Well, first of all,
What are you expecting?
I
to
don't
happen?
know, like a huge pool party, barbecue, festival, and then I just normally sit at home.
Has that ever happened?
no, but in the past, you
in
had
the
hope
past,
of
like
it
when I was
happening.
when I was a kid.
But now you're
you
realizing
know?
that it's not.
never gonna happen.
It's just like
I felt
growing
like
up.
It was just a bigger deal when I was a kid, and now
Yeah, because your parents took care of it.
now we
now
as,
you have to take
we
care
as
of
friends for whatever reason don't. We spend a lot of holidays together, but we don't spend this one together. It's very seems like it's very broken into
Separate.
immediate family.
Immediate nuclear families.
And my immediate family is really small, so we don't really.
I will say, you've
Brian's birthday,
You've
by
come
the
over
way.
to my place the
Yeah.
past 3-4 years.
I normally go over to Brian's because it's his birthday, and you know we celebrate. Oh,
it. Happy birthday,
happy
Brian.
birthday!
Thank you.
But I forgot. In addition to that, in keeping with tradition, I did get you something. It's not quite as cool as what Randall got you the other day,
Yeah, Randy got me some heavies headphones.
but I
and they're
think
pretty awesome.
it's for us being 40. It's a lawn
I mean, I'm 41.
Yeah, he's 41.
41.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can
My
find.
boss
a
wished me
video.
happy birthday.
Do you remember his 40th birthday?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
were all there.
Yeah, that was
My-
a year ago.
My boss wished me a happy birthday on our team chat, and as
Yeah.
a joke, put happy 30th. And I think some of my team they don't know me that
They
well
think-
because
they
we're all
think you're
remote.
30.
They thought so. I had to clarify. I put like, "Hey, it's felt great to be 30 for the past 11 years." You know? They're like, "That guy's 30. He's got some city miles.
Just freaking open it, dude.
Got some city miles on him." What we
Oh,
got?
that's what you're playing on your screen over there, huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna
Ooh.
send Brian this video over here of what this actually is.
I see. It's like a drummer wrapped in plastic. Here,
Yeah.
hold that, Danny.
Yes, sir. It's like a weather vane.
Ah. Let's pull it out. Sorry, this is really loud. Polypropylene. There we go.
It's a very
So it's like a drummer with
Yeah,
sitting on a guitar.
So I sent you a video of
Oh,
what
you
it
did.
looks like in the wind
Okay.
because it's a little wind vane for your
Let's
yard
see.
or wherever. You can put it. You could put it right
There
on
it
top
is.
of your house,
Oh, that's cool.
and it's a little it's a little rock drummer.
That is super cool. So it has this little propeller that blows in the wind and activates the drummer's arms.
Right.
That's super cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah. You know.
I love that.
I do what I can.
That's really
What
cool.
about you,
Here's
Danny.
the
What'd you get him?
here's the propeller.
I mean, it's
Just
not his
joking.
birthday till tomorrow. I mean, we still have till the end of the
I
day.
have there's a perfect spot in my backyard right on my pergola, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Put it on the pergola.
Yeah. and
Pergola.
that's where I work every day.
I can't believe that you're
pergola.
doing that when it's this hot outside.
It's shady and it's breezy back
Dude,
there.
it doesn't
It's
matter,
so
man.
nice.
Easy, beautiful.
It's still in a pizza oven.
No, you acclimate.
No,
That's
you
what
don't.
I like.
No, you don't.
You do.
No.
So
I've been waiting.
Something has
But
changed.
you don't. You work in an
expose-
AC building.
And I walk outside every day. I'm gonna get myself used to it, and it never happens.
You walk outside, then back
go
into
for walks.
back into 69 degrees. But you're wearing black again. You just ignore the science
that
there.
doesn't. No, dude, that doesn't.
You're basically an
That's not a
anti-vaxxer.
It's a small change.
Oh,
in
okay.
temperature.
All right, we're gonna do a fucking experiment because I have this argument with my dad all the time.
It was a bug.
You smash
I
a
thought it was a piece of lint, and I just went to try.
And you were
then
going to eat it?
Now there's like dead bug.
you
on my
smash a bug. Do you
computer.
feel bad?
Yeah, a
A little. I knew you would. Anyway,
Anyway,
we'll get a black shirt and a white shirt. We'll put them outside, and we'll get a
temp,
a
Yeah,
thermometer,
laser.
a laser thermometer.
I don't think we need to do that.
Oh, so
We'll
you
just
believe
say
the
it.
science now that I say let's now that I'm challenging
I don't believe
it?
this. I just don't. I think that it's fine. I don't think we want to see what that.
All right, I'll wear. I mean, I don't wear black every day, and I still hate it.
I wear black every day.
Okay.
It's so
This
like
is the most blue you'll ever see me
before-
wear.
I will say this: it only really works in a desert. Like when we went to Florida,
That's
shade,
humid.
shade didn't make a
It's
difference.
not the heat.
Absolutely
It's
not.
the humidity.
It's the humidity.
I hate that
though,
saying.
but
so
it's-
freaking
but it's-
bad.
Have you
It
never
is-
been to the South?
Oh,
well, Danny's
you've been to New
spent
York?
2 years
I've
in
been
Brooklyn.
to Florida, but
No, it's crazy.
yeah, in New York, it's probably I don't know if it's as comparable to the South, but it's freaking
It's
humid.
freaking humid.
Yeah,
It makes
Like,
it
ruins
the shade,
everything.
The shade actually makes a difference in the desert.
Yes.
yeah, but I feel
That's
like it
why
doesn't recently.
That's why I love it here.
I try to retreat,
because-
and it's nothing.
because all you got to
To
do
no
is find
avail.
shade, and it's fine. Whereas Texas, you walk out and you're just drenched immediately.
There is
another thing that used to be better when I was a child.
that's true. There might
The
be
shade used to do something.
There's something to added weight,
Well, yeah.
and
What are you saying?
Look, we're all a little
and-
fatter than we were 20 years ago.
for the past up until how long I've been off meds?
A year or more,
A
right?
little bit more than a year, I think. Almost
Right.
2 years.
Right?
And for the previous 6, I was on a crazy cocktail that I was sweating regardless. I could be laying in the snow sweating. So I don't really sweat. It feels like I don't sweat anymore. I just sweat normally.
I will
Were you
say
on that one that makes you
something,
sweat no matter what?
something has changed with me. Maybe I lost, 20, 30 pounds. But I used to always have my house at 67. Something has changed
cold?
drastically inside because I can't keep it above 72 during the day.
There's some flow issues.
At night it goes down, but
Wait,
it's hotter.
I'm cold.
You're cold.
I'm cold.
I think there's something to be weight. I've lost a little weight myself, and maybe that's why.
Maybe.
Nah, it doesn't make a
It
difference.
could just
honestly
be us
think-
getting older. I don't know.
No, fat people definitely sweat more.
Oh, well, yeah.
That's like
It's a myth as well.
being fat is like wearing 3 black shirts. Yeah, I honestly, no, I think I have. I really think I've just kind of acclimated more. Listen, I'm not in the sun though. I'm in the shade. It's breezy.
That's the experiment.
I've
we should
acclimated to
run. We
the
should run an
shade.
experiment where we get a fat person like myself, and we get you, and we we keep adding black shirts onto you until your body
we're
temperature
sweating the same amount.
is equal to mine.
We
You
both.
gotta get a baseline of
Well, we put thermometers in your
everyone
butt.
sweats different.
Everybody has a thermometer in their butt.
Obviously.
For
I think your
science.
body regulates the internal temperature still. Just feel it on the outside.
Okay.
No, but
you
that's how your
friggin'
body.
nerd.
That's how your that's how your body regulates the internal temperature is by sweating and activating.
okay,
The, yeah,
okay.
it's fucking. It's geology, man.
It's geologist.
It's fucking simple.
I don't know why we're having such a hard time with this.
It's the 4th of July, so we were talking about what we're doing. I might go to a parade. We moved out of Kaysville.
I was gonna say this is the first 4th since your parents moved.
This is the
Yeah.
first 4th in my life,
And they don't want to. They don't want to go back to
I don't
the
really
parade.
want to go back
And
to
so
Kaysville.
it used just so everybody knows, your parents lived in a house
Oh, man.
that was on like a very main corner downtown Kaysville on Main Street.
Right.
A very busy part of the parade when it comes down on the 4th of
And
July.
basically,
Their front lawn was like-
was inundated with people. Like
Right.
there was, it didn't matter what you put up. The city would be on their lawn. Like the
whole city. Like the
citizens,
people,
just,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
tons of people would be on their
Someone
lawn.
lady tried to back up to your mom's hose and use it at one time, remember?
Man, yeah,
She's like, you
people-
won't let me just use... Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that house doesn't even exist
Nope,
anymore.
it's gone.
does it?
Tore it
I
down.
sent
What
Brian
about all
some
the
pictures.
trees and everything?
I
the
got
big
pictures
tree's
of it.
still there.
So are people even going to be able to sit there
Oh
this
yeah,
year?
it's still grass. In fact, they planted more.
Oh,
I'll show you a picture of it.
then what are they doing with it? Why did they tear down the house then?
It's a private. It's like a VC firm that owns it.
Yeah,
so
bought
they
like
don't-
the whole block, dude.
They
Wow,
don't care.
That's crazy.
So they
That's what it looks like.
planted grass where it used to be a big hole after they tore down the house.
Yeah.
And so there's
weird.
lots of green area. A lot of it's roped off because it's new grass. They don't want people to step on it.
Yeah,
but
that's
like
not gonna.
what used to
ask
be
Jan
the lawn
about
is
that.
still there and open. And I've been driving down Main Street the last couple days. People started saving spots like a week ago.
Oh yeah.
week?
Like
ago?
over a week ago.
Which they're not supposed
It's
to. Usually,
freaking annoying.
Usually, the city would put out signs, no saving until the 3rd, and my dad would turn on the sprinklers.
Right?
There was actually a year where he moved everyone's shit. They were
Really?
out there like 4 days early,
Yeah.
and it was killing the lawn. So he just made a
People
pile.
put tarps down on your
Oh, yeah.
lawn.
They
and
put
then
tarps.
3 days in the sun,
Yeah.
tarp's gonna burn your
Wow.
grass.
Tarps and stakes and
Look, I've
Yeah.
gone every time I've gone to this parade. I just show up in the morning. Have I been taking it for granted?
Yes.
Yes.
You've been spoiled.
for sure,
So if I were to show up,
you wouldn't find anywhere.
I wouldn't find anywhere.
So that was like a big thing. So
Standing
going back
room.
to your question, that was a big part of the 4th of July. This year, without your parents' house there, me and Tanner are like, we're just going to ride our bikes over.
I mean, you guys
Look
can
at the
still go
parade.
sit on the grass.
I don't want to.
but it's going to be
I
packed.
don't want to, bro.
It's not the same.
Yeah, because nobody else is going to be there.
Well, apparently, all of our other friends are all there in varying areas.
Yeah, Ethan's got his
I
family
don't understand
there.
why we don't just all get together and watch the parade.
because
instead
it's
of being spread apart.
People are. You
I
were
don't
right.
know.
It's
I
turned
don't
into
know.
more of a
dude.
immediate family thing.
Because
And
if any holiday shouldn't be an immediate family holiday, I feel like it's the 4th.
Yeah.
Christmas is for your immediate family.
right, but we do the opposite. I feel like the 4th, especially in Kaysville, Utah, has been getting more and more out of hand every year since I
What-
moved
like,
to Utah.
How so?
The
more
parade
peop-
is ridiculous.
More people showing up. There's no way it's safe to have that many people.
In the
And
parade.
people
It's
people
just
like
Kaysville's
lose their minds.
parade.
They just start walking down the street like
Yeah. Prime for a bombing.
I
Yeah,
have
for
a
sure.
question.
heat stroke. People getting run over.
Why?
Yeah, people aren't acclimated. They're wearing black.
They're not
They're
hydrating.
fat.
Why don't we have a parade or a float in the parade where we're just doing the podcast
Great idea.
on the
Should do it.
float
Yeah.
Don't ask why not.
next year?
I'm a
Next
why
year
guy.
in one of
No, why
the
not?
one of the parades. Doesn't Ogden have a parade? We should be in that.
North
parade.
Ogden does. That's where I think I'm going to go. I think we're going to go to North Ogden, smaller parade.
Has a flyover too.
No one cares, but sure, there's
You
a
don't
flyover.
care about the flyover?
No, I see the fucking jets every day.
It's true. It's
Every
not really
day.
That's special.
And they're so
They've
loud.
ruined my
They're
life.
so obnoxious. They cost $100,000 a minute
Oh, it was
in
like-
tax dollars.
I thought you were gonna say they cost $100,000 to make. I was like,
No, bro.
They easily cost $1,000 to make. Yeah.
I think I've also slowly developed like a fear of crowds, like over the years.
that's sad. Is it because of all the shootings and bombings?
I don't know. I
and-
think I'm just an introvert, you know, or maybe there's some sort of like actual
But-
disorder there. But 4th of July is like not a happy time for me.
Huh.
And we were going to talk about this before, and we got cut off by Brian.
Yeah.
But like I've developed like a seasonal depression, but it's not in winter; it's summertime.
I had that for years.
I have never. So, okay.
It's the reverse, though.
This is going to sound stupid, but ever since hockey season ended, I've been having a hard
Okay.
time. Now,
All right.
in fairness
Okay.
to me, I did going to the hockey games was giving me something to do, like somewhere
Yeah.
to go, something to look forward to.
Sense of community.
And yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't have that anymore at all, and so I've been down. And summer's not a down time for me. I normally wake up earlier on my own. I wake up at like 7 a.m. No alarm. Now I'm like sleeping in till 8, throwing my alarm around.
Yeah.
Like I'm full of rage every morning. Every morning
Yeah.
I get out of bed and just go,
Well, do you think it has to do with the heat? Some of it, because I feel like
I don't know
just,
if it's the heat or just the lack of. But yeah.
Every therapist I've had for the past 10 years, I've said that to. I have reverse seasonal affective disorder. In the summer would depress me, going from winter to spring to summer.
We just are actually depressed all year round, and we just
possible.
notice them.
I just feel like all my crises have always happened like
That's-
late June, early July.
So you're having more of a trauma response.
ever
to the
since
season.
and it's weird because it's like ever since I started wearing black, you know, like
Gaining weight.
yeah, ever since I started gaining weight and stopped drinking water, something I don't know.
Never go
there's-
outside
There's a
anymore.
correlation, not a causation.
I mean, listen, we haven't done a mental health update in a long time.
Oh yeah, that's
In the
true.
length of time, we've been doing the show for 7 fucking years.
Is that true? 2018.
Yes.
Has been
It's
7
only
years since then?
155.
It's plenty.
I know.
It's
It's
plenty.
kind of sad. We've done more episodes in the last 2 months than I think
That's
we
fine.
did all last year.
It's a catch up.
It is.
We're catching up, right? We're catching up. But, frequently throughout that 7 years, I would give mental health updates. I tried many antidepressants. I tried different therapies. I tried the big giant magnet on
Oh,
my head,
yeah.
right? The transcranial magnetic stimulation.
How did that do anything?
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
It's possible that's why I feel better. But so about 2 years ago,
That's the magnesium, bro.
it's possible. So 2 years ago, if for frequent listeners they would remember this, I went to the doctor to switch meds, and she was kind of a bitch. That's not why I stopped though. I was switching meds and I had to wean
Stop
off one.
taking my medicine because
Right.
my doctor.
Yeah, stick it to the doctor. I went off one. I was weaning off to start a new one, and when I was completely weaned off, I actually felt okay, which I'm not attributing to going off. It's just I felt okay. So I was like, I'm going to experiment. I'm going
Right.
to see if I can go longer. Rewind those 6 weeks before that, I had started taking magnesium glycinate and vitamin D. because I was trying everything. I was very depressed. I was very anxious. I was trying anything. So 6 weeks before I tried that. So not only was I on those 2 supplements, I was on a bunch of meds that I was weaning off, and I felt okay. And I was like, well, shit, I'm just gonna see if this continues. And it's been almost 2 years now. I've still had bouts where they last a couple weeks. I put it in my phone so I can track it, and I've been in therapy still, but I'm not medicated anymore. And maybe Danny's right. Maybe it's the magnesium and the vitamin D.
Maybe.
Well, I did the same thing.
You started mag.
Yeah, and I weaned myself off my meds. This last week, I got back on Zoloft, though.
The summer.
Because I was like, well, and I think also, maybe it's just because everywhere I've worked, it gets busy during the summer. And stress at work really weighs on me for some reason. So.
Yeah, I don't have that. My job is very easy.
Well, that's with me. My job is easy, and it's not a lot of pressure, but I have been feeling very stressed about it. I think,
but a different kind of stress.
I think the AI and the rise of all this stuff has got me really worried about my future.
So you're not stressed because your job is hard.
I'm the opposite of Brian. Yeah. I'm on a massive cocktail of drugs right now, and none of them are working.
Listen, you got to just keep trying different things, with the doctor's supervision. But I can only preach what's worked for me and hope that maybe it works for someone else. So magnesium glycinate, vitamin D, just get them on Amazon.
Hydrate.
I am going to
and
be
water and white shirts
to switch to a different medication. I'm on Prestique right now, and another medication called Vylar, and I am terrified to wean off of it because last time I tried to wean off a medication was very bad. And
no, it's not. It's not fun.
I'm very nervous.
I've had mixed. But sometimes I've done it. It's nothing. This last time I did it, it was wicked for a few months.
Mental or physiological?
Physiological.
Yeah, you feel weird physically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt like sick almost.
Like
for a while.
Did you guys get the eye twitches? Not the eye twitches, but the zaps.
Yeah, in your head. It feels like a little electric shock.
It's worse when if you look one direction and move your head that direction, you get like weird zaps.
Yeah.
That was whenever you're coming off antidepressants, they call it the brain zaps.
That can last up to like a year.
Yeah, that's weird.
What we need to do,
but none of them are working for you right now.
Yeah, so how could it get much worse? Unless they are working, and I am
no, they're either working or they're not. There's not like I'm at a -100. These bring me to a -80.
Right.
No, like it's not. You just need to talk to your doctor.
What we need to do is not live in a desert.
There we go.
I think that's.
But if we had some more humidity.
So where do you want it? You want it to be more humid?
You're crazy, man.
Just less heat. Less heat.
That's what
I could take humidity with less heat.
What I love about Utah is the no humidity. That's my absolute favorite part.
That is one.
Place.
So Danny wants to live in a desert, but a cold desert, like Utah in the winter.
I'm okay with a little bit more humidity, just not as much heat in the summer.
San Diego.
Dry heat. It feels like drying me out.
San Diego. I mean, it's
San Diego.
Yeah, just wait for everything to collapse
Seattle,
there. It's not going to be as expensive.
Seattle.
Really quick, before we move from 4th of July and it being your birthday, one of Taryn, my wife's, one of her best friends is also born on the 4th of July.
Doesn't matter.
Jeez.
I'm just thinking it's coincidental.
Sure.
Have you ever thought wow, it's weird that I was born on the 4th of July?
For sure.
Right?
For sure. Definitely.
It's a very landmark day.
Yeah.
I'm a patriot.
It's hard. It's hard to be patriotic of late.
Yeah, that's true.
But I still have hope for this country. I still think that we are a free democracy.
Even with the big beautiful bill passing, where everyone's going to lose Medicaid.
Not everyone, just the people who need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that there are 3 presidents who died on the 4th of July and one that was born?
I did not know
Jefferson, Adams. I don't know who the third
James
was.
Monroe. And Calvin Coolidge died. No, sorry. The first 3 died, and Calvin Coolidge was born on the 4th of July.
Wasn't Adams or Jefferson also born on the 4th?
I think they just died, but
they just died on the 4th. Those guys, and I'm pretty sure that Adams and Jefferson, who fucking hated each other politically.
Right.
I think they died on not only the 4th. It was the same year, same day. Like
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah.
Because Adams,
Oh, yeah.
when Adams was dying, he made a comment something along the lines of, "Well, Tom beat me," not realizing that Thomas had died earlier than the day.
Oh wow, that's
It was weird. Yeah.
It's nuts.
Did you ever watch Adams with Paul Giamatti, the
Oh
miniseries?
no, I heard it was good.
was good.
Yeah, I
Is
watched
good?
it. It was
It's
good.
Maybe
good.
I'll start that up. I've
I
been
mean-
looking for a new show.
Jefferson's biography was pretty fascinating.
The big fat one, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very, very. It was pretty fascinating. I mean, it sucks really bad that he had slaves, like really bad. But it's,
That's signs of the times.
monsters
You know,
are
it's
capable
interesting.
of nice things.
I'm going through South Park right now, watching it, and I am on episodes from the year 2000, and just the kind of language that's used, even in South Park, it's changed.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
even Family Guy.
Yeah.
That was
And
network.
I just finished the episode that they did in November of 2001. So the first episode right after 9/11.
Oh man,
And you know, it's
Already taped.
making fun of because they do their shows a week before.
Yeah.
Like
So they're always relevant.
Yeah, they're always. But at the end, they did the whole, well, if you don't like America, then get out kind of thing.
yeah.
And that doesn't fly anymore. And I don't think that they would even do that.
No,
Yeah,
anymore.
probably
I mean,
not.
it doesn't make a lot of sense, right? In my opinion, America is based on the principle of change
Right.
and progress. So why
But
would I leave the country that I think is capable of doing that change?
Right. Because so Sarah was watching it and she was like, I disagree with that completely. And I was like, well, you got to think of the time.
Yeah.
The time was 2001. We were actually pretty solid, coherent country at the time. And that's kind of how everybody felt.
We weren't. If you remember, right before that, the
Right.
Bush and Gore election was fucking brutal.
That's true.
And decided by the Supreme Court.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it was brutal division. It just so happens that
Right.
terrorist attack brought us together for like 4 years before
Or at least we all put flags out for 4 years.
we did, and Bush was reelected in a landslide.
Right.
Because never mind.
Yeah, yes, he lied. He lied. He played the terrorist
Right.
card for a long time, and then people, the left turned on him because he lied, and we were involved.
And there was no WMDs.
No, we killed like 1 million Iraqis.
And
So-
now
we're-
we'd probably kill to have Bush in office.
for real, man, for real, it's crazy how far they've
I
gone.
remember my dad posting memes in 2008, or I don't know, I guess it would have been memes, of pictures of
like on MySpace.
yeah, I don't know what it was. It must have been Facebook or something.
Friendster.
Yeah, of George Bush waving and a big sign that says, "You miss me yet?" And
Yeah.
I was like, "No," but now.
Oh, when Obama got elected.
But now
yeah.
it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
kinda, yeah, definitely.
Well,
He's a war criminal, but at least he's sweet.
Yeah.
well, so
You know?
I mean, okay, in the last week, Trump bombed Iran
Right.
Yeah.
because they allegedly had
Oh, there's
bombs or nuclear bombs. Would you
Right.
rather go to war or just bomb?
I mean, that's a false equivalency,
I know,
Danny.
I know.
You're right. I would
Very
rather
different.
bomb Iran once than spend
with
20
a
years in Iraq.
freaking ton
in
of
Afghanistan.
bomb.
At least the Bush administration showed us fake pictures. Right?
Well, how much
do you
of it
remember those
think-
pictures they held
Yeah.
up and they're like, "See these silver things? We think those are missiles."
It's like a trough.
It was like
feeding trough.
it was like a
Right.
sewage pipe.
Right.
the guy
Like the dude with the
standing next to him
RPG,
is
but
like
it's
a
camera. Yeah, the WikiLeaks or
the
whatever.
guy sees himself on those pictures like, dude, I'm a fucking utility worker. I was installing a new sewage line.
Yeah.
Those aren't missiles.
How much do you think Bush was in on, or just being tricked by?
It's
Dick
really
Cheney.
tough.
In my heart, because I seem to really like George
Because
Bush.
he owned the Rangers.
I don't know. I just like the guy, and
Well, he's likable. That's why
Yeah.
he won.
And so in my heart, I just say that Dick Cheney was behind it all, just to make myself feel better. But I don't know.
It just
It's hard to say.
All that defense money, man.
both of them, either way is a massive insult to George Bush.
Right?
You're either an insane war criminal hell bent on vengeance for your father that you will kill 1 million Iraqis,
Right.
or you're just a useful idiot.
Freaking moron.
Yeah.
He just seems like the useful idiot kind of guy. Like, oh, whatever you say, Dick.
Oh man, the compilations that the Daily Show used to put out of the shit that Bush, it's just hilarious.
Or like great moments in presidential speeches on like what was that, Letterman?
Yeah,
Dude, that was that's such a good time to be in America.
It's where your wings take dream. Remember the guy who threw a shoe at him?
Yeah, dude.
That was awesome.
And he dodged it.
Twice.
Shoes.
Yeah, 2 shoes.
You know, Trump couldn't dodge a shoe. Trump
No.
get hit right in the face with that
You
shoe.
don't think so, dude?
Yeah.
You see the video of him skating the other day I sent you?
Well,
Yeah.
he would fake getting shot though. Man, that conspiracy is gaining traction.
Which
Really?
one?
That Trump,
Black
that
Rock?
Trump wasn't shot.
Oh.
That was
Squibs?
fake.
The whole thing
The
was fake,
squibs
or
on
he
his
just
ears?
played it up?
That he was never shot.
Both sides.
There's like
both sides come up with conspiracies, man. It's
there's
ridiculous. Squibs.
so many pictures now of his ear, and people are like, "Where the fuck? Where's the scar?"
where's-
Just
the scar?
nicked it, man.
But then I can't listen. I'm just.
What are you trying to say, Brian?
Relaying the info here. I wouldn't put it past him.
Right.
But
That'd
I
be
saw
really hard to fake, dude.
somebody did they got ballistics gel in the shape of a head and shot it like just right to try and just nick the ear as what happened, and it like blew the whole fucking ear off. Like they tried to replicate it.
Well, maybe it didn't actually. Maybe just the force of it.
Sure, the wind ish.
Yeah. The wind from the bullet. I don't know.
We could do it.
It's
I
my
don't
best
know.
guess.
We got guns.
How accurate is ballistic gel?
We got. I mean,
Skin?
You know who we need right now?
Mythbusters.
We need the freaking Mythbusters
Yeah.
to come tackle this.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Where are
Savage. One of them's dead.
No,
They're
they're
not.
not.
Oh yeah, you're right. There is one.
Oh.
Yeah,
dead.
dude. What the freak?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about
Dude,
Jamie
I thought
and
you meant
Jamie and Adam.
Jamie and Adam, the Grant.
Actually, 2 of them. Two have died.
Who's the other one?
What's her name? Jessie.
Oh,
One of the
early
women.
ones?
She was early. She was a land speed racer and got in a wreck.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
of the Mythbuster?
Yeah.
people?
Not the main
Not Carrie.
3 at the end, not the hot redhead, but
No.
the
Her
I
name
only
was.
know the 2. The beret dude and the nerd guy.
There's Adam Savage, the nerd.
Yeah, he's still alive. He's still alive.
Jamie and Adam are both
Yeah.
alive. Grant
Imahara.
Imahara.
He died of a brain aneurysm.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, I
I'm
swear
a pretty
that was-
big super fan of. I've like.
Yeah, no, I love Mythbusters.
I watched a lot of
rewatched it.
MythBusters over the last year.
I watched
I mean-
Savage's YouTube channel all the
It's
time.
good.
Yeah, he's
It's
good.
good.
That was
Yeah.
a great show. It could come back, and I'd watch it every week.
They rebooted it with different hosts.
It's not
the
going to work,
same.
dude.
It's not gonna work.
It's not the same.
Well, listen, though,
That's
Danny,
what the show was, is those 2 dudes.
We have guns.
Yeah.
we don't
let's
have
go to-
ballistic. Oh, we do have this.
What are we going to shoot?
We
We'll
got
shoot
this guy
that
right here.
That guy right
I
there.
guarantee I can nick a little piece off his ear.
We don't- let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Frankenstein. For those
Who's
that,
gonna pay for the ammo, dude?
Within
Free.
the studio, there's not a gentleman we're
We
pointing
have to
at.
take it out to the
shoot
desert.
Frank
just
over there.
That guy right over there. There is a
I will sacrifice my
Frankenstein,
ear.
non-universal picture of Frankenstein because he doesn't have the bolts in his neck. Sorry, Frankenstein's monster.
Yes, very good.
Thank you for correcting.
It's a Halloween
I was
decoration.
waiting for
Why
you to stop
did
talking.
Frankenstein have bolts in his neck, though?
To the electrocute him?
That's where he put the battery
the car
charger.
the car charger.
Car chargers, right?
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't actually. I've never seen any
Like
of
this version, he has, a bone flap out,
them. Right.
so they could put a new brain in.
Right.
That makes
right.
sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I always thought the bolts was for when they.
I thought they
shot
just
him
went
in
on
the-
his nipples and genitals.
Well, that would make sense, but I don't know. I didn't.
I mean, you get a much firmer ground that way.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Look up. I think
Whenever
that
I'm looking to
famous
ground
one
my
didn't have
nipples.
bolts on his. What the?
The handlebars.
Frankenstein.
Get a doctor to get the handlebars out again.
Did you ask ChatGPT why he has?
Dude, I never use Chat GPT.
You don't?
Listen, Spencer. We're talking about mental health. I read an
Yeah.
article the other day that
I'm still old school, man. I'm never gonna switch over.
Yeah, Danny's just in Internet Explorer on his phone. Oh yeah, he's got the bolts. I read an article about people who frequently use ChatGPT
Uh-oh.
are more depressed and anxious.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you just making that
No,
up?
I'm dead serious.
Oh, no.
I saw.
You guys ever heard of
Ask ChatGPT.
You ever heard of awakening your AI? Have you heard of that?
Not since last night.
Yeah, so the bolts come from Hollywood. It's all Hollywood. Originally, there were
that
no
one.
bolts.
In the
It's like the
Bram book, the original book.
Bram
Wasn't that the author's name?
Bram Stoker.
Yeah.
Dracula.
Yeah. Oh, that's Dracula.
Mary
Who's-
Shelley.
Ah,
Yeah.
Frankenstein. Yeah.
Like how I looked at you like you were freaking
Fucking
stupid.
idiot, dude.
What?
Remember they
I
wrote
love
them at
when
the
people
same
do
time,
that.
right? Is that an urban
Yeah,
myth?
I think, but I don't think it was a competition like people said it was.
It was more like a collective unconscious thing. Like
yeah,
we're gonna both write scary stories.
something like that.
Hit the zeitgeist.
And I think they came up. Well, maybe I think they were together on some trip and like snowed in, and they came up with the ideas of it, but they didn't like write it.
Yeah,
down.
for scary movies. For scary books, I mean.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird how it happens?
They're both
remember
freaking
when
genius books, dude.
like when Armageddon came out at the same time as Deep Impact?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
weird when that
That
happens.
is weird.
Oh, dude, that happens all the time.
It's collective unconscious.
White
very
House
Jung.
down, Olympus has fallen.
Yeah.
like the same summer.
Yeah.
Dude,
Weird.
come on.
Fucking weird, man.
Crazy, right?
Day After Tomorrow,
Do you think
freaking
it's
2012.
probably-
Twister and Die Hard, like just crazy.
Twister and Die Hard. They was like a decade apart. That's okay.
Do you guys watch Severance?
Yeah.
Do you watch the ending? The second
Yeah.
season?
I watched everything up to the last 5 minutes
Really?
just to be a no.
Be a dick?
Of course, I watched it. Really? Oh my god!
No. What did you think of the ending?
Excellent.
Spoiler alert for everybody listening. But what remind me?
Wait,
it's when he like
spoiler.
he locks the person out,
He's trying to get his
rescues
wife out.
rescues his
His
innie's
his
Audie's
Audie's
wife,
wife.
Audie's wife.
but locks
Then locks himself and
and her in.
Heliar in
His-
He lets his wife go. That's right.
Right.
Or forces her out. Yeah, he rescues her, puts her in the outside world, and then he
runs away.
Stays
Like
in.
when he goes to the lower world, it's the real him,
Right.
and the innie her.
Yeah.
So then they get to his level,
Right.
It switches. So then she's normal. She's like, "No, come on, get out!"
Yeah.
But he's
just
the innie.
He's
So
fucking.
he's like,
over
"This
his-
is all I know."
Yeah, he's fucking over his.
As soon as I walk out, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Did
You know?
that show mess with you guys' heads at all?
no.
I mean,
Seemed
just
like
like
such
the
a weird
philosophical,
concept, right?
philosophical
Like-
idea of what is a person,
yeah.
Right?
and if you're in that situation, the innie has a whole different life,
I've
a whole
been-
different.
I've been watching way too many of these shows lately, like Severance, Silo, Fallout,
Yeah.
Paradise, that all have the basic same idea, and it really freaks me out.
What was that show?
Silo.
What was
What?
Oh, Silo.
Silo.
I watched like the first episode and a half, maybe.
Oh, it's so
Well,
good.
wait till she got out, and then I didn't watch after that. But
Oh, that's
Oh,
like
you
the
watched
whole
way more than-
If you, wait,
Okay,
if you were
maybe.
there, wait, what? Who got out?
the Ferguson
When-
lady, or did she get out? I don't even know. I can't remember.
Well, it's more spoiler alerts, but
Yeah.
because
No,
there's the girl. What's
there's-
her name?
The one goes
Rashida-
out and
Rashida
realizes
Jones,
that there's no danger outside.
But
Yeah, yeah. You need to.
I don't know.
You got to
gotta
keep going.
rewatch it.
It's so good.
I don't know where you're at.
Neither
What was
do I,
that
dude.
show with Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson where they were like grown?
Oh, The Island.
The Island.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Severance.
Yeah.
Are these people?
Right.
It's people.
The people. Do you think billionaires are evil enough to lock us all in silos and vaults and severances? And
100%.
I think
100%. They already do.
human nature. This is the way I see human nature.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has like morals and ideals, but everybody also is just geared towards like power and resources.
Yeah, it's when
And when resources and your morals don't align, you'll always side with power and resources, especially.
yeah, it's when survival no longer when the collective idea is now in competition with survival rather than boosting survival, then yeah, people will turn.
So if it's in their self-interest, then yes. If not, I don't think they'd ever bother.
yeah.
Right.
Because like, have you seen Fallout?
Well, what's the difference between living in a silo and going to work at an Amazon warehouse for 12 hours?
I mean, if they got us all under control, man, then
Yeah,
it doesn't
like,
matter. They don't need
they're
it.
already doing it.
The same thing, the same argument I have with AI. Why would AI kill us unless it gained something from us?
It would only kill us if
know.
it started to interpret the 3 laws. Right.
So it's not conscious then.
But that
it's
was,
still just
that was your problem with Mission Impossible, right?
Yeah.
Why would the AI kill everyone?
It
doesn't
What
gain anything.
What did it stand to gain?
But
Yeah.
it's like iRobot, which is, we know that humans are only inevitably going to kill themselves.
Right.
So in order
just
to
let it happen.
lower the denominator here, we'll just kill them all now. You know,
Makes sense.
it's what I would do if I was a robot.
Anyway,
Yeah.
those are
Yeah.
good shows.
I don't know what I would do.
Recommend Silo, Severance, Paradise on Hulu. If you haven't watched Paradise yet, you should definitely watch that. Episode 7 will wreck you.
Yeah, it sounds like fun then.
I don't
No,
know
it's-
what is
it was-
Paradise, dude.
I mean, are you depressed because you're watching these?
I kind of wonder sometimes if
Yeah.
these shows are affecting me.
You know,
in
it's
some
screen
way.
time, man.
well, screen time
killing
too.
us.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh,
What is
man.
Paradise? What's it about? Let's look
This
it up,
is the
dude.
same sort of thing as all the other ones. They're in a underground bunker because the world ended, but not a bunker. It's like a paradise.
The screen time
Is it a
report.
thriller series?
Man, why'd you
Yeah.
have to say that, man? It really depresses me when that pops up every week.
What?
The screen time
You
report.
average 9
Oh,
hours a
yeah.
day.
Oh man.
What does yours look like?
I don't even want to.
I don't know how bad mine really is. I don't know how bad a bad one is. I guess that's what we should ask. Is like, is
What
mine
is bad?
average
Oh,
or
it's
is
average.
mine?
Ask ChatGPT what the average screen time
No,
is.
because apparently, if I do that, I'm going to get more depressed.
Well, since freaking YouTube won't let me lock my screen and listen,
so now your screen it's artificially inflated.
Thanks,
you
Brian.
you got to go into the details and take YouTube out.
Okay,
You
all
know.
right, then that's no screen time.
Danny's phone is always on but face down.
I'm down 13% from last week. My daily average is 3 hours 41 minutes.
Wow, dude,
That's not bad.
that's really good. That's sad that that's really good.
right for his phone. Granted, he stares at a screen all day for
Right.
his job.
So, like, when I'm working, I've been having to do a lot of, like, line work, like, step into, like, the process and do a lot of that. So I've started watching some shows. It's at, like, 9 hours a day, dude.
Yeah,
Because it's, like, sitting there
Because
going,
it's
I
sitting
used
"Oh,
to
there.
do that
That's
too. It
true.
would set mine off.
It's a bit artificial, I guess.
Mine's definitely different now because I don't have that. But yeah, I used to I used to like a little noise when I slept. So I would just turn on a show, but I don't like the
Now you
light.
can't- now you
So I
can't lock
just
the screen.
Turn it on. Yeah, I know, right? Because I was watching YouTube chiropractor videos all night.
Just like cracking sounds
just
make
the
you
cracking sound.
Yeah. That's not bad.
What do you think my most used app is?
Chat GPT, dude, for you. Yeah. Just joking.
I don't know.
No,
TikTok.
it's Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Wow.
So last week I had
should
an
never
average
get on
of
Facebook.
4 hours 24 minutes. My average was Facebook. Highest was Facebook, ChatGPT, Safari, and Instagram.
How many hours on Facebook, dude, does it say?
I hate
4 hours 44 minutes.
Per day?
I hate
No.
Facebook. Total. I don't.
Yeah.
I try and pull up Facebook, and it's not fun anymore.
Well, I get the little shorts, and then I'll get stuck doom scrolling
Yeah,
through
you
shorts.
do that.
And that's when
I
I,
also
send
do a lot of hockey
funny
news on
videos
there.
to the
Yeah.
guys chat.
I have this stupid game where you shoot balls through the bricks.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Bricks Ball
So
Crusher.
Fucking addicting.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
There's like 1,000 of them.
It's
yeah, I've
this one,
seen
dude.
the commercial or the
Bricks
ad
Ball
for 'em.
Crusher.
That's
Dude.
my problem. That's like 6 hours a day for me.
Yeah.
Trying to get one level.
When you get to the point where you have to pay
Oh, I
to
never
get
paid.
the extras,
Yeah, I've never paid.
but you'll eventually. So this is me starting over. I got to like 1,700
Yeah, dude.
level, and unless you buy the extras to help you, you can't pass it.
Beauty part is you can't get to the next level.
Freaking so stupid.
Oh yeah, those balls. Yeah.
Those
It's always
freaking
one
balls,
though.
dude.
Like I played Call of Duty on my phone for a long time. You know, I just gotta
Little fun games.
find it.
I watched the new show
What's that?
For All Mankind.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh,
That's
forgot
what I've
about
been
that
watching the whole
show.
last 2 weeks. at
I've watched
work.
it 4 times.
Really?
really?
Yeah, so
should
I mean, I
rewatch
love it. It is my kind of show.
Yeah.
Space.
The last season, if I
Space
remember
program.
right, was not as good.
It's not. The first 2 seasons
Are the best.
So the
awesome.
way I feel like once they got past to the point where they didn't have like a real life parallel to like
Sure.
bounce to
Right.
It's historical fiction, is what
Right.
you're saying.
Once
so
they
once
started-
once they got past present,
right.
Yeah.
It's like okay, so they got to like the moon base. That's cool. That's
Yeah.
never happened, but at least we've been on the moon. Later on that season, and then once they got into the Mars stuff, it's way beyond.
yeah,
It's so I think they had a harder time writing something that would relate.
sure.
Right.
And then
It's
that's
hard.
when it started becoming not as good to me.
Yeah.
But it was still good.
Still
but-
very, very good.
Yeah, I
we're
know
talking
that.
like seasons 1 and 2 are a 10.
yeah, oh yeah.
Seasons
Yeah.
3 and 4, like an 8.
Did it end up being?
They're doing a spin-off.
The bombing. You remember the bombing?
Oh yeah.
Did it end up being McVeigh, or was it just?
Nah,
No.
it was one of
They
it
should-
was one of the
should've done that.
astronauts that was up there on the moon with them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It was.
Yeah.
Theirs.
That's true. McVeigh.
They should have
That
done.
was-
that.
That's what I was like. Are they gonna make this like this is like their version, their timeline
Yeah.
version of like a Oklahoma City
Do we
bombing?
know if 9/11 happened in it? I don't think it did.
No, Gore thwarted it, I think.
Yeah.
And
If I remember right.
which
Yeah.
I can't remember which shuttle it was, the one that blew up on the way
Challenger.
out. Challenger.
Yeah.
That never happened either because they found the O-ring.
They found the
Oh,
O-ring.
yeah,
that was a
that's
major
right.
plot point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's
But-
a really good show.
I love it. I do worry about historical fiction shows, though.
Becoming
That people watch them
and think that they're
and
real.
start to think that that's real.
real.
You know? We're going to see it like, it's going to pop up on Jeopardy. And someone's going to, they're like, who landed on the moon first, you know? Who
Right.
was Russia?
Yeah.
Like, no, I watched For All Mankind.
Mandela effect.
Yes, that's how it happens.
Isn't that how we have Christopher Columbus?
that showed.
I'm not joking. Isn't that really what happened?
From a TV show?
Book. It was a book, right? About him that
Probably.
That's
gotta
why we
look it
think
up.
he was a guy who
yeah.
found it.
Which is weird because
Amerigo Vespucci.
Amerigo, right. Like, I remember being kind of confounded by that when I learned about Amerigo.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's
why
what
it's
America's
called
named after.
America.
Yeah. Well, then who the fuck is Columbus?
He just found that little country,
He found
Colombia.
He found like Cuba or something.
yeah.
Where did he
Like
wasn't
British
it-
Virgin Islands or something like
yeah,
that.
where did he land? It was in the Caribbean, right?
Yeah. That show though, doesn't it piss you off a little bit to be like, this is what
Oh.
our space program could have been?
Yep.
Instead of
Honestly, the biggest, it's not even the congressional funding. I don't know if you ever picked up on the plot point, though. It's that NASA actually got to hold patents.
yeah.
Is the whole reason that in that show it's funded, which is 100% true. NASA's invented a lot of shit that they couldn't patent because they're a public
Yeah, they're a government agency.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things. Okay, so like maybe for those who are listening who haven't watched it, like the premise is, it starts out with the moon landing, but the twist is it's not America.
The Russians beat
The
us.
Russians beat us there,
Yeah.
and because the Russians beat us there, everyone was like, "Oh, this is a disaster," but it really lit a fire under America to really like double down on, okay, well, we're going to get back and so instead of going up 3 or 4 more times being like, well, that's all, there's no competition, well, in real life it just cost way too freaking much to go,
Right.
but it put a spark into, there was more continued competition, and it never stopped.
Right.
So the space program just kept going, and
Yep.
I'm just kind of like, man, obviously this is fiction, and they had to find stuff that
Sure.
we don't know exists in real life
Yeah.
to help progress their technology.
Right,
but it's like,
yeah, fuel and
yeah, but it's still like,
They made a nuclear-powered shuttle.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had to launch it from the ocean. But that was also a real life theory, I think, or a real life.
Oh, I remember seeing the prototypes drawn up
Mm-hmm.
of shuttles that were launched from planes
right.
yeah,
forever.
like in that
Right.
Superman movie.
Forever. Like,
Isn't that what freaking Virgin Galactic did?
yes.
Yeah, they have the world's biggest plane.
But
that they
what
use
NASA-
to-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But NASA was talking about that in like the late 80s.
Right.
You know, like we don't need these solid rocket boosters or this giant tank anymore. We're just going to put it on a plane, go
Get it-
really high, and then it just needs its own engines.
Right, just to get the rest of the way.
Never figured it out.
That's why we just need a freaking space elevator, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure, honestly,
the
it's,
physics is sound.
yeah,
Okay.
it's probably because of because of capitalism and
The elevator?
no, why we stuck with rockets because of the defense contractors who make them.
It all comes down to
Probably.
that.
I think they were just testing one the other day. Did you see it blow up?
Yeah.
It's in Utah.
Yeah.
I didn't see
Up
it.
at Promontory?
Oh, yeah.
Northrop was testing a booster for Artemis.
right?
Do you
Yeah.
remember Rhett? He used to work up there.
Oh, really? He tested
Yeah.
rockets?
Yeah.
Oh, he
don't
was
know
a
if
rocket scientist.
He's a rocket
That's right.
scientist, dude.
Yeah.
For
Whoa.
sure.
A real life rocket scientist?
Yeah, as
Yeah.
a kid, I was in a band. with
Dumb as
him
rocks,
in,
but-
in high school.
He's a good guy.
He must have worked on the last one, then that's why it blew up.
I don't think he's been working there for like the last year or two.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they tested a rocket up there the other day, and it fell apart like 20 seconds in.
It's always encouraging.
My grandpa worked on the Columbia shuttle.
Always encouraging.
A lot of Utahns work on the space program.
He,
in fact, it was the O-ring that Doom
Yeah,
Challenger.
and from up
From
a promontory,
Utah.
dude. Those
Yes.
I actually
Very,
listened to a little
encouraging.
podcast series
Yeah.
about it, and it's
Yeah.
like
it's a bad.
it's very much avoidable. Dude.
Oh.
Yeah, it was very much.
Dude, it's
the
ridiculous.
Wasn't there a
people of Utah's
whistleblower
fault.
who they ignored?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
It
right.
was his daughter. That
That's
guy's
right.
daughter who they interviewed for this podcast.
There's a documentary with her in it.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, they made a doc.
Dude,
Yeah, we.
unreal. Well, my grandpa just worked on like the control panel in the shuttle, so he worked for Boeing actually.
Oh.
I think maybe
Yeah.
not at that time. I can't remember. Something like that.
That's probably what it is, though. These contractors
Freaking
were like,
Boeing.
"No, we don't. You guys can't move to something cheaper. We need to keep making rocket boosters for you."
Yeah,
Right.
You know,
that's probably true.
which is probably why we never made a reusable one the way SpaceX has, because we make way more money if we make them new every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember how
God damn it.
SpaceX keeps exploding?
They're having a rough go. That's for sure. Elon is
Cost-
awfully quiet.
It's the cost
I
of
know.
progress, man.
He hasn't said anything.
It's because he took his eye off the ball and started.
Somebody asked Trump if he was going to deport Elon, and he actually said the words, "Well, it's something we'll have to look into."
I would
Dude,
love
this
that.
is so funny.
I would
What the
I
fuck,
would
man?
love that though.
What is this?
I would love it.
After I pass
if
it,
they're gonna deport anyone, that would be.
It's just
If he wants to win over Democrats, bring us together. The sacrificial lamb, deport Elon Musk, man. We'll all just be like, all right, Trump.
Oh man, I saw the richest take today on TikTok. Someone defending Trump, comparing him to fucking Bruce Wayne in The Dark Knight.
Trump.
Yes, he's just like Bruce Wayne. He's a billionaire that's going to sacrifice himself for the greater good.
Talking about
The
Elon?
No,
Trump.
this person was talking about Trump, saying that Trump is the Bruce Wayne of The Dark Knight who's going to sacrifice himself, the hero that Gotham needs but doesn't deserve.
Oh my gosh.
And so Elon's
embarrassing.
Two-Face then.
Yes, Elon is Two-Face.
Yes. I love that.
Harvey
I wanted to comment, so when does he disappear?
Yeah.
Can he
he-
go now?
The thing is, like, he has to make himself the villain. And
Right.
and then not at the end be like, just joking, I'm the hero.
Right, yeah.
Like, that's part of the
Oh,
sacrifice is,
man.
no, you're never going to be the hero.
I've seen a lot of comparisons that they've made. I have yet to see someone say that he's Batman
Freaking Bruce Wayne, dude.
till today. Oh my God.
Speaking
That's
of,
where I draw the line, dude.
oh.
Freaking Bruce Wayne.
I used to be a
You
Trump
could call
supporter.
him Jesus if you want, but not Bruce Wayne.
Got to draw the line somewhere. Speaking of things going away, Brian, you seem to think grocery stores are going to go away in the next year.
Yes.
Or 2 or 3.
Never.
We were talking about this. When I sold packaging a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I sold ice packs to 2 companies who were shipping food. Not prepared food, like groceries.
Right.
And that was a while ago. That was like 2017. And I don't see how that's not gotten any bigger yet. And I think it's going to. 15 miles up the road from us, we have a giant Amazon warehouse
That's true.
that if they can get, things like hats and shoes on next day and even same day delivery, then food is right there. Now, we already have people who go shop and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can get a Walmart order in less than
Right.
I can get it
Yeah.
in 2 hours.
But that's
My wife
but that
does
still
Instacart,
requires
so she still has to go
employees
in.
at the grocery store
Right,
and someone to go in, right?
Yeah,
So I
right.
found this article on supermarketnews.com where they
Ooh.
interviewed 152 grocery executives, okay? And asked them about AI and how they'll be implementing it. And they say it's expected to grow 400% by the end of next year
Wow.
in the use, which could eliminate 18% of store associate positions,
Great.
73% of store tasks, and 53% of shopper queries. And on top of that, just last week, Kroger announced, your alma mater,
My alma mater. Yep.
that they're closing 60 stores
Wow.
nationwide.
I mean, that's not that many for Kroger because they have like
But why would any grocery store be closing?
2,700.
Demand. I mean, that's really the
People don't
only-
need food?
There's
That's a
just
great
consolidation.
question.
You know what I mean? So
Consolidation, and
between stores closing, the willingness of the American to just order from their phone and the implementation of AI in stores, there's no reason why you couldn't order groceries, have them packed in ice, and delivered same day.
They don't even have to be packed in
They
ice.
don't even have to be packed in ice. They
Right.
don't. You're
I
right.
mean, I get cold stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I have started recently to go back to the grocery store to do my shopping just to get out of the house. I do think that the more people work from home, the more they're going to realize how it affects you.
Well-
Because I like working from home, but if they told me I had to go back to the office, it wouldn't ruin my life.
Yeah.
Because I kind of miss having those relationships and having people to talk to every day and see and bounce things off of.
Yeah. Do you remember me talking about the fourth turning a few episodes ago?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I read
Remember?
that book.
You
too.
read the book?
Yeah.
So, one of the features of moving from the crisis that we're in now to a high, which is the next one,
Ooh.
the next turning, the first turning, because it's resetting, is a strong longing for community again.
Oh.
Whereas the crisis and the one before us, which was called, what's it called, Danny? An unraveling,
Right.
which was the 80s and 90s, is intense individualism. Is a feature of an unraveling. So the 80s and 90s and 2000s, 2010s, and even 20s has been intense individualism, and will shift back to wanting more community,
Collectivism,
collectivism again.
socialism.
So we'll see. Maybe they were right. Maybe the fourth turning guys were right.
They have been about everything else.
Yeah, I mean, I think
It's a pretty.
It's already been proven right
It's a
a
pretty
little bit.
sound theory. There are some criticisms I've read of it that are like, okay, that's fair,
Right.
But they found a pretty identifiable pattern that it's like,
well, and it's following it.
It's
so far.
following
I
it.
mean, nothing's going to be exact.
No.
There's going to be changes every time a cycle comes around.
Yeah, I could understand a bit of confirmation bias in his, findings in his thesis, maybe ignoring certain things, but overall, I still think it's a pretty sound theory. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So grocery stores closing.
Yeah, I think
I
they're.
don't know.
I'm surprised that it's not a thing yet.
Right?
Right? Like Amazon owns Whole Foods,
They do, yeah.
and they tried to do like the automated
Freaking
store first.
Kroger freaked out when Amazon bought Whole Foods.
They probably should.
And I mean, that was almost 10 years ago, and they freaked out. That's when I quit Kroger because they wanted to move me back into a store.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah.
But Amazon was more doing it like we want our stores to be of the future.
Right.
They weren't talking about home delivery.
Right.
But I don't see how a company like Amazon, whose whole business is home delivery, isn't thinking about this.
I do
Right.
get my toilet paper delivered by Amazon. I have it on a subscription. Haven't run out yet. It's great.
It's
brilliant.
re-ups every. It knows your throughput.
You put a sensor on the roll.
There's a little sensor in my toilet, and it knows.
We noticed you using 3 more
Sensor
squares per
on
shit.
the toilet paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just yeah.
It's true.
I don't know. I think that
Dispense.
I think there's going to be a big contracting of how many grocery stores there are out there, but I don't think they'll all ever go all the way away.
I don't know. I do think that we, as humans, like to go places,
For
and I
sure.
think that
Yeah.
I think it's going to come back around because I think we're going to get bored.
But some things
I'm bored of
have
being
gone
at home.
away and stayed away. Right?
Yeah, but our
The
need to be
Blockbuster.
social,
Measles.
our need to be
Measles.
social, that's like human nature.
It's true. No, I agree.
You're
I
talking like
agree.
that technology.
I agree. I'm just curious at what point does that...
We'll come up with ways to be social,
right.
right?
But that could
It's
just
not
be
that.
like hanging out at the park.
That's
You know?
true.
I also think that working from
Hanging
home,
out in the unemployment line.
I
'cause
think
AI.
I think we also need a separation, like in our spaces. Like there needs to be a separation from our home, where we is our home space and our workspace. I think that's hard to
It is.
keep
It is,
together.
especially, I don't have an office in my house, so I only have one room to rule
I mean,
them
that's
all.
a fairly...
That's why Brian's willing to bake under the pergola.
It's a fairly
true.
new feature, though, of humanity
For
Right.
sure, yeah.
to work in a different place than you live. Like
Right.
most,
That's true.
Yeah.
Danny,
Yeah.
if you went to a bathroom and there was 3 stalls for urinating,
I listened to the episode.
what would you do?
I would go in the middle one.
Okay. Next to somebody?
Yeah.
Even if if there was a shit in the
Yeah, we're not
bar-
talking about a stall. We're talking about a urinal.
Yeah, urinal.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go in the middle one.
Okay.
I mean, uncomfortably.
But would you make a
Nah, I just go and do it. Just be like, this guy probably thinks I'm a psycho, but
I mean, I'm not sure if I would really exclaim, but I might say something like,
dude, there's some poop there.
"Oh, someone shit in that urinal." You know?
I had this conversation with my son because he always talks about how there's huge lines for the urinals at his junior high, and I'm like, why? Because that's like never a feature of men's bathrooms. And he's like, well, you have 4 urinals, and there's a guy on the right side, and you got to have a space in between.
I told
and there's
you.
another guy, and I'm like, but dude, you're explaining 3 urinals to me. He's like, oh, there's a 4th one, but it's a short one. No one uses that.
What is wrong with the short urinal?
I'm like, dude,
what is wrong
what's
with
wrong with the short
I've never
urinal?
understood the aversion to the short urinal. There's less splashback. You never have splashback issues at all.
Right.
Your dong doesn't touch the porcelain when it's hanging in there.
Yeah, because
like
it's lower.
I personally like seek them out. Like I'm always up for using the short urinal.
Yeah.
I've never understood why. Was it just something we made up in the 90s as kids?
Yeah, it's like you don't want to admit that you need a short urinal.
Yeah, you
because
want
that
to.
means you want to feel big.
Among youth, I think it makes sense. You
I'm a
want
big boy.
You want to feel like a big boy. Yeah, you want to feel grown up. I thought you were going to say that they were leaving one empty on purpose to avoid standing next to someone.
Yeah, they do that too.
Oh, they do that
Yeah,
too.
so there's 4 urinals and only 2 dudes would go at a time.
Yeah, see, I told you, Spencer.
Really?
Yeah.
They're waiting.
And they'll wait in line to not use the middle
Really?
one or the short one.
And this
So,
is in high school?
junior high.
Junior high school.
Yeah.
Everyone could benefit
Really?
from a pocket puss.
Wait, what?
It's a throwback to a product that
Wait.
Spencer and I invented.
Okay.
Wait.
The portable
That commercial.
urinary
That's not,
commercial.
is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Portable urinary shield
system.
Yeah.
portable urinary
So I
shield
was like,
system.
I think a pocket puss is something else.
For
but-
those, well, that's why we named it that. For those times when the urinals don't have the divider,
Uh-huh.
you have a portable urinary shield system, a pocket puss,
Right.
that you deploy
Right.
to give yourself some privacy,
Privacy.
so as to not give the impression that maybe you're gay.
Patented.
They just need to make them all all the way to the
Because
4
everyone
urinals.
knows that-
cannot believe that there is a
I
line
told
to
you.
use the urinal.
For 4 urinals,
I
and only
would
2 at
I
a
would
time.
walk around the I think I no, I don't know. I guess I'd have to put myself in the mind.
I would
of
make a scene.
A junior
These
high
junior
school.
high dudes
I
would
would
rather
go-
die than go in the
Yeah.
short urinal.
That's so
I would make a
weird.
scene that I'm going to go pee in the middle one, and then I would, quote unquote, accidentally pee on the guy
Pee
next
on the
to me.
guy's shit foot.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Whoops. Guess I shouldn't have gone right.
Oh man, that's rough.
So your profile for using the middle urinal,
Mm-hmm.
you're practical and goal oriented.
That
Less
sounds right.
Concerned with
Tracks.
social conventions.
Oh, definitely.
Low drama and efficient,
Yep.
and you're possibly more comfortable with oh my gosh, ambiguity.
I think that's me
Ambiguity.
to a T.
Like sexual orientation ambiguity?
Right, right. The ambiguously gay duo. You guys remember that?
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
one of my favorite. Then ChatGPT asks if it wants me to build a fun personality quiz based on this, and I am going to say yes,
Yeah.
and we'll have to do that later.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love personality tests, man.
And we can we can give it to all our friends and see what it says about them.
We could make a visual show of hands
Mm-hmm.
with 3 urinals, 2 people at the outer, and then ask, would you use that urinal?
Right. Oh, we should.
Yes or no? And we would get a good profile. Speaking of show of
Do it
hands.
with the short too. I want to know about the short thing.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh, the short? Well,
Yeah.
we could do both. I asked something to show of hands. What was it? Oh, here it is. The pigeon.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a man-sized pigeon
Uh-huh.
or 20 pigeon-sized men?
Right.
66%.
Uh-huh.
Which way do you think they're going here?
I've got to guess.
Man-sized pigeon.
Man-sized pigeon.
66% went with 20 pigeon-sized men.
Oh,
Wow.
that's a lot of men.
I was blown away by that result.
That's a lot of men. What does that say about it?
I thought for
What are you
sure.
gonna do with them?
I thought for sure people would choose a singular man pigeon.
I guess they're looking. Maybe they're Because this leans more conservative. Maybe they're conservative, like
Look at the heat map
businessmen.
on that.
You know, they're like,
The heat map. Let's do. Yeah,
I'm going to
look.
put these 20 guys
Definitely
to work. Or
Republicans, dude.
It fucking is, dude. It fucking is.
Weird.
Republicans, independents, and libertarian overwhelmingly want pigeon-sized men,
Why is that?
whereas Democrats are kind of split.
So-
that is crazy.
So are they wrong then?
That's
What's
crazy.
wrong with these people?
That's so weird.
This is a question we could ask people on the street and identify their political leanings based on. That's crazy.
That's
Yes.
nuts.
Like, it's every single libertarian, almost every single Republican, and more than half of
Can you
independents.
imagine being in a job interview and having someone answer that question? You say 20 pigeon-sized men, and the interviewee's just like, or interviewer, oh, thank you. I think we've seen enough. We'll,
Yeah.
we'll get back to you.
We don't hire any fucking MAGA around
Yeah.
here. You son of a bitch.
Oh my
Go
god.
take
you
your
rather-
big, beautiful bill and shove it up your ass.
Would you rather
Anyway, yeah.
ride on a train?
Do you have the secret sound?
Oh,
Can you
yeah.
play it from your
I-
computer?
I do.
Here is Brian Sherman's Secret Sound.
What's going on out there?
Be the first to guess on TikTok correctly what the secret sound is, and we'll send you some free podcast swag.
What do you think it is?
Unlocking a door with a key fob.
That's a mean key, man. Like a mean lock.
No, you're unlocking it and then you're pushing the bar.
Ah.
Except for that's the wrong direction. Usually you're using the fob to get in, not out.
Yeah, that wouldn't. That's true.
Sometimes you have to push it before you pull it. You're going in.
I think it's someone giving chest compressions.
One single compression
Yep.
on a chest made of steel.
Yeah, it's to an Android.
Beep. All right. Well, there it is, people.
AI is receiving CPR.
Submit your
Here
guesses.
is Brian Sherman's Secret Sound.
What's going on out there?
Oh man,
Oh, dude.
that was the wrong song.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you these random headlines.
Are we ready for random headlines?
Oh yeah,
You got him?
that's Spencer's category.
I'm passive during this part of the show. Just like the whole show, basically.
Beijing. While China's men's soccer team hasn't generated much excitement in recent years, humanoid robot teams have won over fans in
I saw
Beijing
this.
based more on the AI technology involved than any athletic prowess shown. 4 teams of humanoid robots faced off in fully autonomous 3-on-3 soccer matches powered entirely by artificial intelligence on Saturday night in China's capital in what was touted as a first in China and a preview for the upcoming World Humanoid Robot Games set to take place in Beijing.
It's the new Olympics.
So humanoid, that means we're still going to be in it, but it'll be with AI as well, right? They're just like a new
I
category.
thought humanoid
No,
just meant they
they
look like humans.
We are humanoid
Do you see
too,
the
though.
picture right here?
Yeah, but okay.
The
I see what you're saying. But no,
It's
I
a
don't think
broad
it means that.
category.
I think it just means human-like.
Bring a sponge.
Equipped with advanced visual sensors, the robots were able to identify the ball and navigate the field with agility. They were
Listen-
also designed to stand up on their own after falling. However, during the match, several still had to be carried off the field on
One got-
stretchers by staff, aiding to the realism of the experience.
Did that like a Homer
Look
Simpson.
at that, dude.
Look at that.
He's tiny.
He's being taken
They
off
are
on
small.
a freaking...
They are small. That's just in case.
So you could still overpower it.
Yeah.
Dude, if that thing wanted you dead, you're
It's
still
true.
dead.
It's like a chimp.
yeah.
Yeah. This is
It's like a dead body.
I like this, but I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
creepy.
mean-
Buckle up, bro.
No, I know. That's
Buckle up.
why.
Is this what sports are going to become? They're going to start...
It's not going to be entertaining if they are unlimited in their power.
Or is it
I
going
don't
to
know.
be even more entertaining?
No, we will long for.
What
I want
was-
a person to struggle through this.
I don't know. Think of what was the height of baseball?
Steroids, baby.
Steroids.
Yeah, but it's still a human being.
Yeah, but they were super. They were superhuman.
Eh.
You know what I'm saying?
But all of them are superhuman. the Barry Bonds, or who was it?
Mark McGuire.
Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa.
Yeah.
Is because the rest of the league was a bunch of chumps, dude.
That's
That's
fair.
why that was so huge.
I don't know. We'll see.
When everybody is Superman, nobody is Superman.
That's true.
You know?
Maybe. We'll see.
It's been 90 years.
This should be on a
since-
T-shirt, Danny.
What?
It's beautiful.
Okay.
When everybody is Superman,
No one's
nobody
Superman.
is Superman.
It was lovely and of good report.
Yeah.
Not quite
Praiseworthy.
No.
No? Okay. I'm sorry.
It's been 90 years since Hall of Famer Rabbit Martinville roamed the infield for the Boston Braves. Perhaps the Reno Aces have found his successor. The minor league team had an actual rabbit throughout the ceremonial first pitch Saturday with some help from a pitching machine. The rabbit, named Alex the Great, has become a bit of a sensation on social media. According to MLB.com, he was rescued from a meat farm in California and adopted. He's now a certified therapy rabbit who visits hospitals and charity events.
Rabbit Meat Farm.
Yeah.
Like, where they get rabbit meat?
I guess
Yeah.
so. I don't think it's chickens.
Alex
Where you
also
rescue-
visited the broadcast booth. So, yeah.
Interesting.
I can't even find any pictures
You
of this.
rescue
think
this
I found
one
some.
rabbit from the meat farm.
Yeah, Alex the Great's first pitch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's a video.
I mean, he could have been a freaking rabbit burger.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's throwing out the first pitch.
You ever had rabbit?
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think so.
fine. I had it in stew once.
A stew?
Yeah, it was a stew.
Were you on a loan?
Boil it, mash it, stick them in a stew.
Catching your own food?
You recognize that?
Oh, that's a
Oh,
big
yeah.
freaking rabbit.
Lord of the Rings.
There
Dude,
you
that
go.
rabbit is huge.
Yeah. He's from a rabbit farm.
A bray of conies.
What is it? What are they having him do?
He's injected with
That
all
is-
sorts of chemicals.
Dude,
to
that
make
is
him
not
fat.
humane. That is not
Oh,
humane.
he's gonna put the ball in the machine. And sorry, I was just watching this rabbit throw out the
I'm
first
watching
pitch.
it too.
Let me put
Off
the
your
ball
screen.
in the hole. You're confusing me.
Yeah, just put the ball in the hole and it'll do its thing.
And
Oh,
then
there
a
it goes.
person had to
There it
reach in
goes.
there and push it the rest of the way in. That rabbit didn't do jack.
You got to redo that.
It's like Puxatawny Phil. Doesn't do anything.
No, they just checked the weather report.
More than 200 people across half a dozen southern states have now reported witnessing a mysterious object streak across the sky. On Thursday, and wait, what? Sorry. Oh, my bad. I thought that was a period. It looks like a period. U.S. states have now reported witnessing a mysterious object streak across the sky on Thursday, and the nation's space agency now believes it was a remarkably bright meteor known as a bolide.
Bolide. How do you spell that?
Bolide.
Okay.
I think that's
Bolide.
bolide. Yeah, no, I did
Bolide.
bolide.
I don't do.
Most sightings of the streak of light and
Car?
fireball came from Georgia and South Carolina around 12:30 p.m. According to a report from the National Weather Service in Peachtree, Georgia.
I'm
Here's
pretty-
what we know about the object.
Pretty sure we talked about this last time. Last
No,
week.
we didn't.
This was a random
You guys
headline
did-
last week.
you guys
this
did
is
talk
the same
about
one.
one.
They hit the house.
You
Yeah.
talked about
Oh,
one that
you're
blew
right.
up in.
All right.
Yeah, we talked
No,
about
you're right.
the one that
You're
got the
right.
house.
You're right.
I mean, it's random. Every once in a while, you're going to land on the same thing.
I mean,
No,
yeah,
it's
because
true.
if not,
true.
then it's not random.
Yeah. I mean,
true.
it's possible that another meteorite. I don't remember it being called a bolide, though, so we did learn something new.
We did. We did.
So that's fair. A bolide.
Dude, when we were
Bola
camping
Day.
a few summers ago, there was it might be the one you guys are talking about. It's like a big explosion over, like Pineview. We were at like Pineview area.
Yeah.
And it sounded like a cannon going off in the morning.
Oh.
Maybe someone just fired a cannon.
No, we found out that it was a
You found out it was a meteor?
meteor.
So it was like a sonic boom?
Yeah, and I think eventually somebody found it.
That's so cool.
But-
That's so
It
cool.
would have been around Ogden area.
Would you rather find a meteorite? The Pineview reminded me of this
Uh-huh.
because they found years ago. Someone found a Clovis biface spearhead, and the Clovis we didn't know they were here
Right.
until someone found the spearhead. They were the first people to come across the Bering Land Bridge some 14,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So, would you rather find that at Pineview or a softball-sized meteorite?
Softball sized
Yeah,
meteorite.
meteorite.
Yeah?
Ah, dude, I
Great
don't know,
band
dude.
name, by the way.
Yeah.
Softball sized
meteor.
Yeah.
meteorite.
That's
Kind of,
Clovis.
yeah, kind of a mouthful, but I think it still works.
Yeah,
Clovis meteor.
Yeah.
that's tough for me, honestly.
I don't. That's pretty cool. That spearhead.
Yeah,
I have a few arrowheads.
You shouldn't admit to that.
That's true. That's true.
No, I have a few. We've talked about years ago. We talked about this on the show. As a scout, Boy Scout, we went to Blue Lakes. We had a very rich man in our ward, our neighborhood, who got really into treasure hunting, right? Mm-hmm. And so he took all the scouts down to Blue Lakes hunting for arrowheads. And it wasn't till I studied anthropology and archaeology in school that I realized that that's actually not. You're not supposed to do that.
Supposed to do that. More than 300 people donned inflatable dinosaur costumes and took to the track at Emerald Downs in Washington for the annual T-Rex World Championship race.
This is like hobby horses.
One lap.
Yeah, I know. The yearly event at the Auburn racetrack began with the Tri-Guard Pest Control when Tri-Guard Pest Control held its as a team building exercise.
I think I'm dyslexic too, dude.
Yeah, I know. The race quickly gained popularity online and opened to the public the next year. The race was suspended in 2020 and 2021. I wonder why.
I don't know. They're in inflatable suits. You think with the high pressure in there, COVID wouldn't be.
Yeah. Houston man Andrew
The positive pressure.
Houston man Andrew Stuber was crowned the top Tyrannosaurus in this year's race. This year's T-Rex World Championship races also featured an aerial event. 3 people in T-Rex costumes jumped out of a skydive Snohomish plane.
The fuck?
I don't know. It's S-N-O Homish. I don't know what that is.
I'm surprised you don't know.
I don't know.
It's a special plane with the big door so you can jump out of it.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Maybe. I don't know.
A skydive Snohomish plane and parachuted down to the field before racing to the
Arms are
finish
too short.
line.
You can't reach the freaking.
I know, right? How are you gonna just get your parachute out?
In a tragic
There's no
accident,
thumbs.
due to the T-Rex arm feature of his costume, he couldn't reach his.
Oh, dude. Didn't think about this.
Fucking hilarious. Oh, the T-Rex arms. Oh, man. You know, they're running in like the same dirt as the horses.
And T-Rex is away, and they come flying down the stretch in the championship from the outside. 4 or 5 T-Rexes hitting the wire.
100-yard dash.
And T-Rex is away, and they come flying down the stretch in the championship from the outside. 4 or 5 T-Rexes hitting the wire.
He tried to
horse
dive across.
track.
I don't know.
It's got to be like a mile. I'm making this up.
That's really
I bet you
long.
it's a mile.
A mile?
It's probably
it's bigger than like a
quarter
normal
mile,
track.
right? Half mile, maybe.
5 to 12 furlongs.
Oh, perfect.
Dude, are we live in feudal England? What's a furlong?
0.63 to 1.50 miles
0.63.
to 1.5. You were right, Danny. That's
That's still a range. What's a furlong?
That's true. I don't know what a furlong is.
Furlong's not a set.
How long is furlong? 220 yards.
How long is a yard?
How long is a yard?
How long is that compared to a
One
mile?
furlong is 0.125 miles.
So how many furlongs was it?
How many bananas are in 0.125 miles?
Where's the conversion chart? Is this metric?
5 to 12 furlongs.
Yeah. See? I was right.
You were right. I said that. I
They're
said
all
you were
different.
right.
They're all different though.
But they
it's
are.
It's like a soccer pitch.
The middle, it's true. The middle is about a mile.
Okay. There you go.
Let's just do Kentucky Derby track
That's why
length.
having a race at different places matters because they're all different.
Right. 1 1/4 miles at Kentucky Derby.
There you go. See, dude?
You see? You're fucking right. Listen, I
always-
said you were right.
You guys always got a freaking naysay
Yeah, we
me.
did say you were right. No one said you were wrong. Okay, everyone settled out.
Before he's like, that's freaking too long
That just seems like a long race, man.
for horses. Nah.
Oh my god.
They should be like the Olympics. They should have 100 meters,
Yeah.
you know, a baton. Mm-hmm. The jockeys can have a
Yeah,
baton.
dude, they're
Oh my
passing
God.
those dudes
True.
falling off of horses.
Passing
trying
the
to pass it.
baton.
They could just pass the whole jockey
Are we okay? Are we
Yeah.
okay with fatalities?
with the jockeys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care about the jockeys.
Yeah.
No horse fatalities.
A
though.
jockey. Yeah.
Remember when they killed that horse on the track, dude?
Yeah. Don't
Like
do that.
10 years ago?
you get a horse running, jogging,
Right.
and they have to catch up to it and move horses.
Right,
That's
right.
the relay.
They have to jump onto a different
That's a
horse.
relay.
Oh my
Yeah. Why
gosh.
is that not a thing?
The jockey is the baton.
Right.
The horse is passing the jockey baton.
Right.
It's like we're just objectifying these freaking jockeys even more.
They deserve it.
Yeah. Have you ever met a jockey?
Yeah, fuck those guys.
I mean, come on.
They're yeah, never mind.
They're so short and petite.
Stupid.
They're so short and petite and tits and I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I don't know, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Furlong. What's a furlong?
Don't search that on the hub.
What's
No.
a furlong?
No, just furlong.
Eddie Furlong.
Furlong.
Terminator 2.
My God. Did we want to talk about this stuff here, or do we want to wait for next time?
Well, where are we? What are we
GoFundMe, Panhandling.
Oh yeah, Danny's got some stuff.
I got a few things. So these will be quick. So you guys were talking about panhandling last time.
Yeah.
Yes, and how the Mormon Church discourages its members from giving to
and
panhandlers,
and the city does as well.
beggars,
Right.
I don't normally give to panhandlers because
because you obey your civic commands from your city leaders.
yes.
Yeah. That's not why. That's not why.
Nope,
Well,
that's
and there's
maybe-
like there's a gray area of whether like when panhandling is like okay, like you're in need versus dude, what the freak are you doing, man? Like
Right.
How do you tell?
I don't know.
They're
It's
fat?
you can't tell.
You're fat, dude. You know, come on.
You,
That's
you
why I
look,
couldn't
you eat too
panhandle.
much. But this came up with me recently. Because
you were panhandling.
No, because of the change in our life where my son has become, what do you call it again? Diabetic.
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
Diabestic.
Diabestic.
Yeah.
I like that.
I've talked to multiple people recently about how it's affecting us financially.
Yeah.
And I've been told multiple times, why don't you start a GoFundMe? Right? And my initial reaction is like, no, man.
You had the Walter
No.
White reaction.
And I
Right.
talked to my wife. She's like, no. But then I was like, but why?
Why? Pride. Pride is the only reason why you don't ask for money.
Well, it makes me think of another thing is GoFundMe, is that just another form of panhandling?
100%.
Yeah, I
And
think so.
do we still hold...
But you have
It's for higher class people?
No, well, a little bit.
Well,
it's
yeah.
more that you're able to better define the cause
Right.
and from a more trustworthy source.
It's less.
Like, have you ever donated to a GoFundMe for which you didn't know, no link
I haven't. No.
whatsoever? Like, it was, you didn't, do you?
I've never even got on GoFundMe.
Oh, you never
before.
donated to a GoFundMe?
I don't donate to
I
anything.
think I've only done it one or two times.
But it was always to someone,
Mm-hmm.
like, that you were linked to directly, right? Yeah. I think that's why. You can read the cause.
Right.
It becomes more reputable than a marker on cardboard.
But you
Right.
get a lot of people on there.
Oh, there's a ton.
They're like, dude, I want to go to Paris this
For sure.
summer. GoFundMe, bro.
100%.
You know?
You see,
I'm gonna start.
I need to go play some
Attractive-
hockey.
yeah, attractive female influencers put their GoFundMe or
Yeah.
their Cash App or their PayPal or their Amazon wish list right on their TikTok or Instagram profile. I've seen people write it on their fucking cars.
That's true.
There's no difference. There's no
So
difference.
is there morality or ethics involved here, in your guys' opinion?
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
so, like
It's not ethical to ask for money for something that you're lying. Like if you're lying, you know, you're lying about it. Like my son has diabetes. I swear to God, I need money.
right.
You know,
Well, even so, it's like, so if I were to go on there and say, okay, my family unexpectedly has been hit with this diabetes diagnosis, and, you know, I have a job and I have insurance, but we've had to reach our out-of-pocket maximum was $8,000, and that's just, if I have to pay that, I can't get as much Chick-fil-A, so...
no,
You know, like if that's me being completely honest, like
No.
I mean that's not that's not that simple.
no,
But
no. But there's no difference. But that doesn't make it bad or good.
Yeah.
It just makes it what it is. That yes, it's the same thing. You're asking for money, right? And the only thing that would preclude someone from asking for money is the presence of shame,
yeah.
right? Or pride. This is what's the Walter White effect. If you remember in Breaking Bad, his son sets up a website for him. He's legitimately poor. He has cancer. They can't afford it. And he's like, to his wife, he says, no, I can't accept this, Skylar. It's charity. As if that's some horrible thing to accept,
Right.
right? Some terrible thing to accept charity.
I'm really good at accepting money. Like whenever whenever someone offers to pay the check, you'll never get an argument from me. I'll be
For
like,
sure.
Yeah. Have at it.
Just
Thank
pretend
you.
to.
Right.
Oh,
You don't
Thank
have to do that.
But when
thanks.
necessity
But do.
outweighs shame, or you just don't have any to begin with,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not saying it's bad or good. If you want my humble opinion, you should set up a GoFundMe.
in
like-
my situation
Yeah,
specifically.
for sure. No, we
Why
live in a
not?
fucked up country that does not take care of sick people. We're the richest country in the world. People have money. Ask for it.
Was there a GoFundMe for your dad? Do you
Absolutely.
care about talking about this?
No, my dad got super sick. They were
Right.
uninsured. They're self-employed. He had to have surgery. We had a huge fundraiser in the parking lot of where they live next to a bank.
Right.
So we had a huge fundraiser in the parking lot, a bunch of food trucks.
Bunch of food trucks. That was
Yep.
awesome.
We raffled off. My mom had pictures that she's a photographer, so she was raffling off pictures, things like that. And I definitely set up a GoFundMe.
But I
for
mean
my dad.
that is, and that in my opinion is a valid use.
I don't see
of
any
GoFundMe.
difference between my dad's GoFundMe and one to help pay for diabetes supplies for your son.
Well, one is I have insurance. Your dad wasn't insured.
It doesn't
And
matter.
he had like over $100,000 worth
It doesn't
of
matter. Insurance doesn't.
bills.
Insurance is at this point. Most people have insurance for catastrophic needs.
Right.
Right. Like they got in a major accident, lost a leg.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than bankrupting me quickly, I have insurance so I can at least finance the $100,000 that my insurance is going to make me pay anyway. Insurance is a scam. We only have it for that. People only have it for catastrophic stuff now. That's why our out-of-pocket maximum is $10,000 or $6,000, and your deductible's $3,000 or $6,000 for a family. Like,
Oh, it's messed up.
yeah, it doesn't make sense. And so you have to rely on the community.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely, post a GoFundMe.
The biggest question is, are you down with freeing Luigi?
I don't think he did it.
Wait, I thought you were talking about Mario.
No,
Like,
the dude who shot the
No,
CEO.
I
whatever.
am opposed to violence in every form. But I'm
You and I
willing-
were talking about this one night.
But I'm totally willing to recognize that as a people, I'm not sure what recourse we have.
Like, what did you expect to happen?
Exactly. What recourse do you have?
Yeah.
People are dying. You read if he did it.
Why do you not think he did it?
Just being snide.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm like, this for real? Or are you just joking?
I mean, I haven't looked at the evidence.
He claimed it. Right?
No, he didn't. No.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't. He never
Could have
admitted
swore
to
he
it.
did.
No way. No. They found him. Some
Didn't he even
some
say something
McDonald's-
like, "Hey,
if
this"?
watching Law and Order and Law and Order SVU has taught me anything, you never plead guilty, and you probably have a pretty good chance of getting off.
I think he owned it because he was like, because he was
He
all
had
about the state making the statement.
No, he had a bit of a manifesto that they found,
Yeah.
but it didn't. And there's nothing in there that's circumstantial.
Oh,
at
dude,
that point.
that's like that
Right.
that freaking dude who tried to shoot Trump.
Yeah.
That fake manifesto.
No, I don't. I don't condone violence. No, I don't think it's the answer. But I also am willing to say I'm not sure what recourse. People are going to feel like they have less and less recourse. You call your insurance company, you get the runaround. You try and exercise your vote during an election, and they're all bought by the insurance companies. There's no. What are people supposed to do? You look at every other country in the world, first world country comparable to America. They have universal health care. They're paying less overall. Rather than paying an insurance company that's making $80 billion a year in profit, that money that comes out of your check to go to insurance instead goes to a universal healthcare fund that's managed by the government. It makes way more fucking sense. All you have to look at is insurance company profits to say, why are we doing it this way? I don't care if the government mismanages it. Are they going to mismanage it to the tune of the billions that the insurance companies are profiting? Probably not. So we'll probably end up saving money a little bit. Every other country's proven it. No country has gone from a universal healthcare socialist system back to a capitalist. No country's ever gone back.
No.
They've all stayed. Does it have problems? Yes. But if you get caught in an all or nothing fallacy, you'll never progress.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think overall, I agree with you. I think it's way more complicated though, especially with an economy as big as ours to try and do something like socialized
Why
medicine.
wouldn't it scale? Why wouldn't it scale?
I think
every
I'm
other
not saying
country
it
does
wouldn't. I think it would be really painful.
I don't think it would
transition.
be. I don't think it would be at all. All you're doing is taking the money that you're already paying out of your paycheck to an insurance company that comes out automatically to your employer anyway, and you're paying it to a government fund. We already have it. We already have Medicare and Medicaid. It's already there. We already have the VA. It's already there. We already do it. There's no difference. All we're doing is saying these companies, why are these companies profiting billions of dollars? Why are these CEOs profiting millions off of the backs of sickness? It's fucking disgusting. And no one, there's, every other country does it. No other country that's comparable to America, and I understand our exceptionalism makes us want to think that there aren't any, but there are. No other country does it this way.
Well, I mean, I agree that the way that our form of capitalism is really failing everybody but the top people.
For sure.
That my next thing on there kind of plays into this. There might be a cure for diabetes. You guys heard
really?
about this?
Well, good luck, because there's too much money to be made for it.
That's exactly what I'm saying. But and I'm wondering how long have people already known about this?
I have faith that when cures are found in because other countries are not so obsessed with capitalism and money, I think that when cures are found, they will be found and released not in America. They'll be found in Switzerland and Denmark and Holland, and they'll be found in socially secure countries where there's no benefit to hiding it. You know what I mean?
Let me just read it. So this is the New York Times. So the title is "People with Severe Diabetes Are Cured in Small Trial of a New Drug." So the first paragraph, most in a small group of patients receiving a stem cell-based infusion no longer needed insulin, but the drug may not suit those with a more manageable type 1 diabetes.
That's weird. So they cured severe diabetes?
So read that. Let me read this. A single infusion of a stem cell treatment may have cured 10 out of 12 people with the most severe form of type 1 diabetes. 1 year later, these 10 patients no longer needed insulin. The other 2 patients needed much lower doses.
Wow.
I mean, that's huge.
That's
right?
massive.
I mean, that is a small...
One infusion.
Yeah, and so basically, like, as a stem cell, it ends up in your liver. Your liver produces these enzymes, basically what your pancreas isn't doing anymore.
Wow.
Right?
The Europeans will figure this out much sooner than us because we can't.
So this is in Texas.
That's amazing. It's in Texas.
No, wait, Boston.
Boston. Okay. A little bit.
Experiment treatment
confused. They're not at all similar.
Yeah. Sorry, I said it's by Vertex Pharmaceuticals, and for some reason I thought
University of Texas in Boston.
for Texas. Anyways.
I don't even know what the state of stem cell research is in the States anymore.
Yeah.
Like it got all messed up under Bush.
I think we've all become pretty much. Not everybody's cool with it, but I mean, people are doing it now.
Yeah,
and
so. There's weird laws about it now.
Yeah, and I think even Utah specifically has become much more open to it legally. But
yeah,
I don't have anything. I haven't prepared anything to speak to that. Think of the insulin people. They're freaking out right now, probably.
Yeah, no, for real. And these new abortion laws, though, really fuck up a lot of that stuff because you can't have an embryo, right? An embryo is. That's why there's the IVF. IVF people are freaking out because the way these abortion laws were written, it's affecting them. But to get stem cells, you have to have either an embryo or an umbilical cord. It's the only 2 places they're found. So.
Right.
You have to grow an embryo. You got to be willing to grow an embryo, and a lot of states, they're not cool with that now.
Well, is that all?
I think that's it.
That's it.
We always like to end on a positive note.
Dude, with the cure for diabetes.
Cure for diabetes.
Dude, when we were in the hospital, they said there is no cure. There will be no cure. They probably have to say that.
They have
as
to say it.
Healthcare professionals, but
I am surprised they said there will be no cure. Like why?
I don't know
Could
exactly
hold out
how
a
they
little
worded
hope.
it, but they basically needed to make sure
kind of
that they were giving no hope.
That's fine. I get it. I get what I understand. I get it, but
and I think it was just because they're doing their due diligence to
not.
Don't go to Mexico and start getting like
you can't get a pancreas in Mexico anymore. Okay, they're all gone. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for being here, everybody. Find us at the Our Take Pod on TikTok, most importantly. Guess the secret sound. Try and win some swag. Email us ourtakepod@gmail.com if you have a secret sound or if you want to tell us anything else. For episode 155, I'm Brian.
I'm Spencer.
I'm Danny.
See you next time.